The boss is here. We will hear from Mr. McMahon coming up next on SmackDown. McMahon-a-Mania's running wild. Hey! Wow!
The hell do you think you're doing?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, what, you think you eliminated your competition for WrestleMania? Well, think again. Because at WrestleMania, it's going to be Team Angle versus the Guerreros versus the team of Rhino and Chris Benoit.
What? Are you kidding? You gotta be kidding. Come on!
A threat match for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
You gotta be, come on!
Deal with that.
Come on, Steph! What other twists and turns are there going to be on the road to WrestleMania? A triple threat match now for the tag team titles.
Big time backfire for Team Angle. They tried to eliminate their competition here tonight at SmackDown for Mania, but what happened?
Yeah, now they're going to get, well, both of the teams in the ring at the same time.
Triple threat match for the tag team gold.
We also know it's going to be McMahon, Hogan at WrestleMania.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take you to videotape footage. Hulk Hogan being introduced to the capacity crowd.
Hailing from Venice Beach, California, weighing 320 pounds, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, he drops a big leg on him. He's down for the cover of the leg. 1, 2. He got him. The new champion is Hulk Hogan. Rollers above on the Iron Sheik. History made in Madison Square Garden. And the fans on their feet. Hulkamania is here.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand, it don't have to hide. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be the man, I can't let it slide. I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life.
Yes, indeed, the Hulkster can electrify a crowd, be it in Japan, Australia, here in the United States, or wherever.
When you talk about me hitting the road at the end of '83 and running hard for 10 years, there weren't 5 guys to put this million-pound burden on their shoulders and run together to carry this huge banner of hope. There was one guy. Vince McMahon was the other guy. He was the mastermind setting up the deals. He was sitting in his office in Stamford, Connecticut, and we were planning our strategy, and I would physically go out and make the moves. He threw me the football, and I put my head down and ran as hard as I could.
We cannot keep you waiting any longer. Would you please welcome the one and the only America's #1 real American, the reigning World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. I think Hulkamania is indeed running wild.
I'd like to say that on behalf of all of us, your Hulkamaniacs, thank you for the memories, thank you for the inspiration, and thank you, Hulkamania.
Thank you.
Now, what you people just saw was an historic piece of footage, because what you saw, well, you know what? Let's take a look at it again.
And thank you, Hulkamania.
Thank you.
All right, one more time.
Thank you.
You see, that was history in the making, because it was the first and only time that Hulk Hogan ever said thank you to me, Vince McMahon, for anything. The only time. In all these years, Hulk Hogan said thank you one time. And you just saw it. Real ingrate, huh? That's exactly what you are, Hogan. But it wasn't always that way. Because at one time we were the best of friends. At one time we were almost inseparable. Well, we raised hell together, hung out together, rode Harleys together. Got into some pretty spirited situations from time to time together. All the while I thought it was making us closer, but then you changed. You changed, Hogan, and when you changed, you hurt me. You hurt my family, and you hurt my business. But you being the sociopath that you are, Hogan, I'm sure it didn't bother you, but you know what? It bothered me. I'll admit it. It hurt me. It cut me to the bone. And you say, thank you? You know, I look back on it, you weren't saying thank you to me at all, Hogan. You weren't saying thank you. What you were saying to me way back then, Hogan, was not thank you, but screw you. That's right. You were saying, screw you, Vince McMahon. And you know what? That's exactly what you did. The very first opportunity you had, Hogan, you screwed me. You turned your back on our friendship. That hurt. You defected to WCW. And you said all those hurtful things about me and to me, Hogan. But after all of that was over, guess what happened? Me being who I am as a human being, I actually forgave you for all of that. I forgave you, Hogan, and I invited you back. All the while you knowing, as everybody else does, this is my ballpark, I just allow you and a few others to play in it. But I invited you back, Hogan, and what did you do to show me your gratitude when I invited you back? You challenged me to a match at WrestleMania. Well, it's on. It's gonna happen. Oh yeah, but as I said before, this is not a match. This is a fight like never before, Hogan. And you know, after this fight is over with at WrestleMania, I know what's gonna happen. I can see it. I know I'm gonna be hurt all over again. I know that I'm gonna feel like my guts have been torn out. I know I'm gonna feel like that my heart has been broken. I'm not only gonna feel hurt, Hogan, I'm gonna be devastated. You know why? Because you, Hogan, will have forced me to do the one thing I never really ever wanted to do. And that's kill one of my own creations, Hulkamania. And for that, Hogan, for that, I will never, ever forgive you. Never.
Next week in historic Freedom Hall in Louisville, Kentucky on SmackDown. The contract signing for McMahon and Hogan.
Oh, this got the ingredients for an explosion.
But up next on SmackDown, Matt Hardy's non-title Cruiserweight Challenge. Who'll spar with the champion next? Attitude in the house.